put $1 in my pocket and I threw it away. Been a long time since the federal dime made a jukebox.
Hi, I'm Mike Henderson, this month with you for the Advertise Here podcast for Ad Club of Northern Nevada. With me today is Derricott from Salt Lake City.
Hello.
And he is CEO of Agency Fusion. How would you describe your shop? Web development?
Yeah, web development, really focused on working with creatives as a partner to help them do technical stuff.
Cool. And you work with mostly agencies in the Salt Lake area?
Probably about half of our business comes from within Utah, and about half of it comes from outside of Utah.
Okay.
Now.
We're talking about mobile today. Got my iPhone to show you some examples here. Brett's working on some mobile sites. So tell me a little bit about how Agency Fusion goes about mobile sites and basically why mobile sites. Why do I need one?
Okay. Yeah. I'll start with the why and then the how a little bit. Why is that really mobile is taking off in terms of a new method of reaching people, and that's due in large part to the iPhone and its market penetration. Also the other mobile devices out there that are really making the mobile internet possible. It's not perfect yet. In fact, it's far from perfect, but it's happening now. People are out there walking around, driving around, sitting on trains, buses, in cars, wherever, getting online to find information. Most of the stuff online isn't really suited for mobile yet, so that's why we're kind of promoting and pushing the need to really optimize information for the mobile device. People can get what they want wherever and whenever they want it.
Let's talk about the advertising potential of mobile sites. We mentioned a little bit in the talk ways to sort of integrate offline, online campaigns with mobile sites specifically.
Okay. At a baseline, I think every company ought to care what their web presence is on a mobile device. That may be as simple as one page with basic contact information, basic information about the company, just a business card, something that looks good. That's the baseline.
Just so people can say, oh, what's your? I don't have any business cards. I don't have your contact. Just let me bookmark the mobile site and call it good.
Or if you and I are having a chat on the train or the bus, you mention the name of your company, I pull it up on my phone. I can learn enough about you. But if I have that same conversation, I pull up your site on my mobile device, and it's horrible. It doesn't work. It doesn't load.
If it looks like just a flash screen that doesn't go anywhere, then that's a problem.
And I'm going to pass a little bit of a judgment on your business. You may have a fantastic business, but I already think, well, here's something they missed. There's something they didn't think of. So it's that first impression thing at a baseline. That's what I think people should care about at a minimum. Beyond that, though, there's huge advertising potential with mobile because unlike our laptops or our computers, even magazines, TV, other media, other forms of reaching people, we don't carry those with us. But most of us now are pretty much addicted to our mobile devices, so we always have them with us. They're always on. We're always checking them. If we set it down and come back an hour later, we check it again.
Well, and it's a perfect example. We're here on the Truckee River, about a quarter mile from the movie theater. There's a bunch of restaurants down there. There's a bunch of there's a theater, restaurants, shops, everything. And let's say you want to know when a movie's showing, mobile site, mobile app, you can find that out right here. But how do you go beyond that? Like, let's say you want to see a movie, maybe you can purchase your tickets through Fandango on your phone, and how do you get from there to say, oh, now I want to go out for drinks afterwards? And, like potential for cross-selling through mobile devices could be pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. With geolocation services on phones, with GPS, we know where a person is. It's just accessing that information and really leveraging it as an advertiser. So if people were willing to subscribe, it's got to be an opt-in process here. We don't want to just be able to spam anyone with a device in any radius. But if people opt in and say, yeah, I'd like to receive discounts or these types of businesses or these businesses specifically, then when the movie's over, you can check your phone, see if there's any specials going on, any bands playing in the area, that kind of stuff. Even be notified, by push mechanism.
Well, even from like a local business standpoint, I've got the phone. I've had a smartphone for forever, and I'm into the mobile thing. But I don't always think, oh, here I should look at their website on my mobile phone for information, because I just almost assume that 90% of the people don't have them. So what if you had like a billboard, with like a visit our mobile site right now for specials or for information or stuff like that? I mean, it's the advertising potential. People have the billboard signs all up around town anyway.
Yeah, we're still early on with mobile adoption in terms of the devices is high. A lot of people are buying devices. They're wanting to get online. We're still lagging quite a bit, though, in terms of the actual content producers, the website creators, builders, owners, the businesses themselves, providing information for us. We've got the tool. We don't always have a target for it yet, but that's changing quickly.
Really. One thing you mentioned that struck me was you talked about the mobile conversation. How do you define the mobile conversation, and how do you facilitate that with mobile sites?
That's a great question. In the past, what I would have meant by mobile conversation was just people talking to each other via the phone, right? That's obviously changed quite a bit now. A mobile conversation can be anything from me seeing a billboard for your business, being in an area and seeing your retail store, going online to check things out. We're starting to have a conversation there. You're communicating information to me and I'm requesting specific information in return. Beyond that, with SMS marketing, there's an opportunity to have a conversation there where you can send me promotions or ask me to vote on something or opt into something. So really, mobile conversation has changed quite a bit. And the exciting thing about it, I think, is that it's always on. It's always, again, always with me, always going. It's not something that only happens when I'm watching TV in the evening or when I'm at my computer at work. It doesn't matter where I am or when I am. There's an opportunity to talk to me via mobile.
This sort of plays into the make my logo bigger thing. You mentioned effective versus attractive with mobile sites. A lot of times, agencies will have a really great looking, fabulous, stellar website. Go to look on the mobile, either it won't work because it's flash or it's a little too complicated. The mobile, what are people looking for? What are users looking for in a mobile site?
Great question. I think users expect and do want a little bit of entertainment on typical websites, especially if they're visiting an agency site. They want to be impressed visually. And there's still a place for that in mobile, but generally when you're walking around town pulling up a site, you have less time available. You're probably not just hanging out surfing the web on there. You'd be doing that on a larger computer. You need information and you want it a little bit more quickly than normal. So I think contact information, summaries of things versus long-winded explanations, quick synopses of things.
Here's an example. One of the examples you gave in the talk for Huge. This is a simple site with mostly text. This is Huge.
Yeah, Huge has some very visually stunning things on their own site. But if you're pulling up Huge on the bus, you might just be trying to learn a little bit more about them, not see all the work they've ever done.
Right. Another one you mentioned is Kayak. That takes a second to load.
Yeah, Kayak's a great travel agency, online travel agency or travel search engine.
Oops.
And the reason Kayak's great is they really address the context of the user. So you search for a flight. When you find the flight you want, it gives you a phone number. You just click that phone number to dial it on your iPhone, and you make the reservation right there while you're walking down the sidewalk.
And that's one of those usability things, like when you're building a site for a phone, you don't have to put a hyperlink for the phone number.
Yeah,
just type a phone number there in text. Your phone recognizes that. You just click on it and make the call. And that's really nice.
Yeah, very handy, especially on the go, because you don't want to have to try to punch in your credit card through this tiny device while you're walking down the sidewalk.
What do you think are some potential advertising venues or amazing, good advertising potential for mobile sites that you think are going to pop up in the next year or so?
I think we'll see more integration with events. So if you're at a concert, sporting event, we're seeing quite a bit of that. Most of that is happening right now with SMS, which is not bad. That's effective. I think we'll see a little bit more of that happening with actual mobile websites as well, because it can be a little richer than an SMS conversation. So I do believe with those kind of venues on site, the people are here, we're advertising to them, let's draw them to our mobile site and see what we can get there. The Super Bowl this year had a mobile site. It didn't stream live coverage of it, but there was a lot of information available and they were trying to capture that. We know you're watching the game right now, and so we're going to try to interact with you via your mobile device. We don't know where you are. You might not be at a computer. We can still have a conversation, and it's going to be richer than SMS.
Right. But those numbers are all increasing and getting bigger, so it's definitely something you want to get into. Thanks for talking with us. It's nice to have you out. Hopefully we'll see you in Salt Lake City sometime when the snow gets better.
I look forward to it.
This is Advertise here. I'm Mike Henderson. Be sure to check out the rest of our podcasts on the blog at what is our blog? It's a2n2.blogspot.com. And also don't forget to go to the Addies. We know you signed up. We know you want to go. We'll have another stellar commercial for you coming up soon. Thanks.